Hi, I'm Pat Council, and thank you for returning to my YouTube channel. I am super excited to be here with you guys because I love talking about manifesting and getting the things that you desire and what it takes to make that happen. You are built by design to win. You are here to have the best life possible. But here's the rest of that story. The rest of that story is that it doesn't just happen, it does take work. Of course, you're built for it. It's how we're built, you guys. Now, today I'm going to talk about 5 simple steps to manifesting desires. Now, I wanted to talk about that because I think a lot of times we think that it's up to someone else or something else or the so-called powers that be out there who can decide how our lives are going to turn out. It's your life and you get to decide how that life is going to turn out. You just have to do what it takes. And with everything, it takes work. But the good part is you have what it takes within you. One of the things that stops us is fear a lot of the times, or actually most of the time. Fear stops us. We have this desire, we see something in our minds that we want to make happen, and we know it will make our lives better, or we have a calling on our life or something that's driving us to do something different, and yet we shut it down. We allow fear to cause us to shut it down. Well, I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to give you one of my favorite scriptures from the Bible. And he said, "For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." And so this is how we're built. We just have to know how to use what we already have to jumpstart that magnificent life that we desire. So I thought, let's talk a little bit about what it takes to start manifesting things, to jumpstart things. So we're going to talk about 5 simple steps to manifesting desires. But before I get into that, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel because with each and every video, we're going to go deeper and deeper so that you can understand how magnificent you really are and that you can truly have the things that you desire. I did it, and so can you. So I want to share today one of the techniques that I use to manifest my desires. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5 simple steps to manifest desires. Now, the main thing that determines whether we manifest desires or not is our mind. Have you ever thought about what's really going on with your thoughts when you're, let's say, hoping something will happen? Worry pops up, anxiety or fear starts to happen. And so we hear these internal voices telling us all the reasons why the things that we desire are not going to happen. So here's what happens, we end up putting our attention on the things we really don't want, or we put our attention on what we don't want to happen in our lives, what we don't want to bring into our lives. So now, the more anxious we become about the situation, the more energy we feed into an outcome that we really don't want to happen. Been there, done that. And so, of course, you know the end result. The end result is that we get what we don't want. And then we affirm it even more by saying something like, "See, I knew this would happen." And this reminds me of Job in the Bible. As Job in the Bible said, he said, "For the thing I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me." So now just imagine if that fear was changed into faith, okay, into the kind of faith that goes toward a desired outcome. Imagine if we were thinking, you know what? This is what I want. This is the outcome I desire. And so I am not going to put my attention on the things that I do not want to bring into my lives or my life. So sometimes that seems easier said than done, right? Because it really is. And the truth of the matter is we can learn to take control. And speaking from my own experiences, It wasn't until I realized that I was in control of manifesting my desires that I began to change my thoughts and my actions. Now, I have to admit, again, that's easier said than done, you guys. When you've been taught certain things growing up, and you kind of start to buy into what someone else thinks of you, what someone else says about you, what someone else says to you about all the things that you can't do or what's not possible. I'm here to tell you, please let that go. Now, this is why it's easier said than done. And it's easier said than done, especially when there's so many outside influences and so many other opinions coming at you every single day. But if you're going to uh, have those changes in your life, the changes that you're excited about, then you know what? You have to start somewhere. Years ago, I started using 5 simple steps that made manifesting my desires easier and more consistent. And now, using these steps, it only took me a short time to turn things around in my favor. And I still use the card. I still have the card. It's right here. And there are 5 simple steps. And I believe these same 5 simple steps will help you manifest your desires. And I'm going to share them with you right now. Okay, so let's find out about these 5 simple steps for manifesting your desires. So here we go. Let's make something great happen, right? Okay. So with that being said, the 5 simple steps to manifesting desires. And you guys want to repeat these steps until you get results. And you will get results. And so I want to suggest that you try it for at least 30 days and see what happens. Okay. Oh, and let me throw in a little caveat, a little warning for you. Is that a lot of times when you're trying something different, something new, it seems like all chaos is about to break loose or is breaking loose. But I want you to do your best to stay focused and stay the course with these steps. So let's get into it. First of all, uh, the 5 simple steps to manifesting desires. These are the same 5 steps I used when I finally learned that I needed to do something different. First of all, get a clear picture of your desire. A lot of times we think about the things that we don't want as opposed to what we do want. We think about the unpleasant things that happen to us sometimes that may be connected to the desire that we're looking for. But you know what? I know that takes work, but you have to let that go. The best way to let that go is to get a clear picture of your desire. Know exactly what it is you want. As a matter of fact, for the purposes of this exercise, I want to suggest that you pick one thing that you can really embrace, that you really can get clarity on. So get a clear picture of your desire. Number 2, build your mind model and put them where you can see them often. Now, your mind model is simply a list of affirmations or pictures or vision board, something that really creates, set off some sparks in your mind. Remember, our mind, it's very powerful, you guys, and it can talk us into our best life and it can talk us out of our best life. But the good news is that you are in control of what you think, okay? Or at least you have the power to take control. So, I would say get some affirmations and really jazz them up. I am super excited and so grateful that am doing blank, or I am super excited or so grateful that I am receiving, and you fill in the blanks, whatever that may be. Okay. And notice I threw in the word gratitude because gratitude is a very powerful energy and it moves things forward. So build your mind model and put them where you can see them often. Now, uh, here's the thing about that. This is for you. And number 3 explains that. Repeat your mind model many times. And it says for your ears only, but it's also for your eyes only. A lot of times we go around the house, and if you have someone else in your space and you're putting your affirmations where everyone can see them, and people feel the need to give you an opinion, an unsolicited opinion on your desires. These are your desires. You have the right to manifest those desires. And the best way to keep that energy clear and to get it streamlining toward the thing that you desire is to not put your affirmations where everyone can see them. But you can put them where you can see them. So you can use little cards like um, this, and you can put them on your person somewhere where you can just pull them out and read them if it's in your purse, your wallet, jacket, whatever. And you can see them, but they're for your ears only. If you have to step outside and say your affirmations out loud, you don't have to scream it. It's for your ears only. Okay. Just go and get in a space where you can repeat those affirmations with feelings. And if it's a picture, of course, you want to be sure to have that picture where you can see it. Doesn't have to be a big giant board. Okay. It can be something small. And number 4, identify yourself with your desire. So use this technique at least twice daily. So what does that even mean? How do I identify myself with wealth if I don't have wealth? How do I identify myself with a loving relationship if I'm not in a loving relationship? Well, that's the beauty of call those things that be not as though they were. And again, that's a biblical scripture. So you're not lying. What you're doing is you're putting your faith towards a desired outcome. And the best way to put your faith towards a desired outcome is to identify with the thing that you desire. So if you desire to have wealth, then you know what? You want to see in your mind all of the things that you're going to do with that money and whatever wealth represents to you. So you want to just, if you have to sit and have that quiet time and just imagine, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how do you do that so that you can really add some fire onto getting your desires. But right now, I just want to give you these 5 simple steps that will get you started. But identify yourself with the desire. Don't say, when I get this, then I'll be that. Okay. I always share with people, if then or when those things, they don't happen. Okay. Because they're not real, because it means you don't believe them. Okay. Just see it as a done deal. So identify yourself with your desire and use the technique at least twice daily. You can use it more and imagine yourself more. Okay, if you want a new car, imagine yourself driving the car. I shared this in another video. And so just identify yourself with it. If you want to be wealthy, then imagine what you're going to dress like, not just the things that you're going to acquire. Imagine, how are you going to carry yourself? How are you going to address other people? How are you going to connect with other people? What types of people will you be connecting with? So think about that. And number 5, maintain absolute secrecy. Do not tell anyone what you are doing. Okay. Even if you're stepping outside and you are reading your affirmations out loud for your ears only, and people are walking by and they can't hear you, but they see you moving your mouth. They might think you're talking to yourself, but let that be their issue. Your goal is to manifest your desires. Your goal is to get to where it is you truly want to be. So those are 5 simple steps to manifesting your desires. I want to encourage you to do a print screen and print this off so that you can put this where you can see it and follow these 5 steps. I would love to hear back from you guys and let me know what kind of results that you've gotten. We're going to do some more follow-up videos that will help you more solidify how you manifest things and the actions to take. So in the meantime, though, these 5 will get you started. Listen, you guys, that's all I have for you. And I want you to have a magnificent day and do life with power, knowing that you are built by design to win. There's nothing that you can't do. Well, you have to do the work, though. Okay. So take care.